Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show.
Welcome back to the Jeff Crilley Show. I'm Sarah Crilley, standing in for my dad, Jeff. He's on a trip, and he'll be back next week, so don't worry. We'll have Jeff Crilley back because he's missing such a great segment. I have the honor of introducing Tammy Stiffler from the State Fair of Texas with Stiffler Concessions. And y'all, the State Fair of Texas is just around the corner. We're talking a week away, less than a week away, folks. And this time next week, I will be there just in deep fried goodness. Thank you, Tammy Stiffler. Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show.
Thanks for having me, Sarah. I appreciate you having me back.
Yes. So I wanted to give our listeners an opportunity to hear your story because you do have a very interesting background with the State Fair of Texas and even beforehand. So take it away. Tell us a little bit.
We do. My husband's family, the Stifflers, have been a part of the State Fair of Texas since the mid-'80s, I think. And my husband and his brother and myself took it over in 2005. And it was just a simple one little stand, barely made enough to pay payroll or take a trip maybe afterwards. And now we've turned it into this huge business conglomeration. We have
huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Y'all have made it amazing.
We really have in a very short period of time. We have 2 locations. We've got, we've been approved for a third probably next year.
Oh,
that
congratulations.
We're gonna get. It's a big secret project that we've had going on for a couple of years now. And then we propose something else, that hopefully in a couple of years we'll get to do as well. So, it's something we're obsessed with and very passionate about.
Well, I think you have to be in the kind of work. So give us a kind of sneak peek behind the scenes of what goes into the State Fair of Texas, because you're prepping all year.
I actually quit my job as a loan officer.
You did?
A couple of years ago just to do this full time because it's 24 days, but we start setting up, a month and a half before. Mid-August, we're setting up out at the fairgrounds. And then I, year-round, am working on new items. We try to participate in big techs every year, and that has gotten so huge, and the competition level is just off the charts.
It really is.
It's fierce.
Samantha and I it is a countdown. Let me tell you. What are you most excited about this year with the State Fair?
Well, I've only been once, and last year it was so rushed, but the food is always my favorite part. So I'm really excited. I heard that you have Oreo of the Week.
Yes.
So I think that's probably what I'm most excited about.
That's something we started last year because Nabisco came out with these, different Oreos. And so we were like, we already have the double stuffed fried Oreos. And we thought, this is crazy. We need to, red velvet, so we did the red velvet and the cookie dough last year. This year we're coming out with the strawberry shortcake.
Yum.
Right?
I love strawberries.
Right.
Wow.
Candy.
They have strawberry shortcake Oreos?
Strawberry shortcake
They
Oreos.
have all flavors of Oreos now.
They do. Where have I been?
They even have Swedish fish Oreos.
You're kidding me.
No.
Where do you get these Oreos?
Well, we go through Nabisco, and it's weird because you can only buy candy corn Oreos at Target. Not Walmart, but only Target.
Only Target exclusive.
Yeah, they each store basically you'll either find it at Walmart or Target.
Gosh, well, I hope that you're doing deep fried candy corn Oreos.
I am. I'm
All
doing
right.
Deep fried candy corn Oreos, the cotton candy Oreos, and the strawberry shortcake, along with the double stuff.
Of course, the double stuff. I'm one of those that pulls apart the Oreos and eats the filling in the middle.
Exactly.
And now I'm going to do that deep fried. So tell us more about what you're going to be offering new to the fair this year.
Our new thing that we're doing this year, last year we did the s'mores beer, which
I remember the s'mores beer,
right.
and I don't like beer. But
Right.
on the record, I loved your s'mores beer.
It was really good. A lot of people liked it. A few people didn't, but for the most part, everybody liked it. We're not bringing it back this year because we just don't have the keg space, and we want to bring on a new beer every year. So this year we're calling it Stiffler's Mom's Hard Root Beer Float. So we're doing a root beer flavored beer, and then we're making it into a float. Or you can have just a
Not your kids'
You guys should
root
serve
beer.
it with a fried American pie.
Right. Right.
Maybe an apple pie.
Right.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you're bringing that. And then tell us where your location is. How can we find you?
We have 2 locations. Our main location is down from the Chevy main stage. We're like the second booth on the street there between the 2 buildings. And then we have one on the Midway.
That's
as well.
fantastic. And so you've been at the State Fair of Texas since 2005, and this has been a booming business. How much business comes from the State Fair?
As far as revenue or
revenue, or how you have to invest a lot of time obviously in it,
right.
But there's definitely, this is a reason why you're in this business.
Right. Our goal, I mean, we have 80 plus employees. So our goal is to, get to a level where we can retire off of it, and we're close. We're
Good.
close. We can get this other project going. Yeah.
Do you take a vacation every year after the fair? I'm sure it's like blood, sweat, and grease, tears after the fair.
We do. We usually take some kind of vacation. I've been working on trying to get that booked along with trying to put the fair together. So we can't make up our mind where we want to go. Last year we went to Boston, and the year before we went to Hawaii for 14 days. That was amazing.
Go back there. That sounds awesome.
We just got lost.
And so the State Fair of Texas is just a week away. What stage are you at right now at the second? Are you going to go back there after the show?
I'm leaving here as soon as I sign off, going to the fair. I'm interviewing more people, trying to put my schedule together, trying to get my product list together to go buy everything, getting inspections done. I got to have the health department come out, get inspections, getting all of my employees in either TBC class or health class or golf cart training class.
Oh, you know what I forgot to ask you is, are all of your menu items fried? That's always kind of a question, as well as everything at the State Fair fried.
We have one item on our menu besides our beverages that's not fried, and that is our brand new item that we have. It's called Steak and Potato Sundae.
Steak and Potato Sundae.
Yes.
Give us the rundown of that
ice
one.
cream or no?
No, we've taken mashed potatoes, and then we're smothering it with shaved ribeye and gravy, topped with a cherry pepper.
Yum!
Wow, it's quite amazing.
What was the inspiration behind that one? When did you come up with that menu item?
Actually, it was something we had in when we were in Boston last year.
All
We
right.
went to a restaurant and they had it, and I was like, "Oh, this would be so good." And
So your
easy.
inspiration comes from everywhere.
It does. It literally comes from everywhere.
I think you had told me too that the State Fair of Texas is the only one that I'm aware of. But are there other state fairs that are almost inspiration?
We go to the Minnesota Fair every year, and we do fried stuffed olives that are my favorite thing at the fair.
Oh,
period.
yeah.
And we have those on our menu, and we got those from the Minnesota Fair.
And that was going to be my next question. What's your favorite menu item?
My favorite.
Of course it is. Well, and then so are you kind of, throughout it, are you eating and trying your own food, or are you kind of worn out after a couple
I'm not
lunches?
Surprisingly, that my nickname at the fair is the Sweet Queen. I had a lady call me the other day and said, we want to do an interview with you. We hear you the Sweet Queen. But I'm not a big sweet person, which is hilarious. But it's just so easy to fry sweet stuff. But I'm more savory. So that's why my favorite thing are the fried olives.
And I love that you bring the drinks also, because we're always thinking the food, but we can't forget about the drinks.
Well, there's so much more money to be made in the drinks. You don't have all the cost involved in it.
Right.
So
I didn't think
a lot
about
more
that.
profit involved.
And then what about another, it's not a drink, but it's inspired from a drink, your deep fried lemonade.
Yes, deep fried lemonade. That was one of the first things. Well, we did fried s'mores, got us into Big Tex, and then the next year was the fried lemonade, and it's a big favorite out there.
How do you fry lemonade?
It's really cupcakey kind of, isn't it? It was the first thing I had last year, and I think it's my favorite thing from last year.
It really is surprising how the following has continued. It's the one item that we've had a company make the product for us, and then we critique it at the fair. But they bake the little muffin cakes for us, and then we infuse them at the fair with lemonade and fry them in a batter, and then dip them in a glaze of lemonade and powdered sugar.
It's just everything is so heavy when it's fried,
And that's light
they're
and
lighter.
tart.
Yeah, they're so bright and yummy. I like it. It was my favorite.
It's a lot of people's favorite, and every year we talk. My husband, we just had this subject because somebody said, he always wants to take them off the menu, and I always have to call the caterer and say, how many do we do? And every year the number goes up, and I'm like, we can't. It has a huge following. How do you take those off? I mean, you can't.
So where can we find you at the fair?
Again, we're right down from the Chevy main stage, between the Embarcadero and the Food and Fiber building. We're like the second booth on that street. And then we have one on the Midway. When you go in the double arches in the back, we're second booth to the right.
Here's a question. So for those that want to miss the crowds and are able to take the time off work, what is, in your opinion, kind of one of the slower days that you can park and relax and walk down the fair and not have to hike a mile?
It's hard anymore. Used to, you could go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and those were pretty slow days. Anymore, we have the Thrifty Thursday now.
What is Thrifty Thursday?
A huge day. The fair started last year where, as a vendor, you can promote an item and do it like a half off. So on Thursdays, we do our Oreos, and you get a half off. Half an order
off.
for a half off. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So I would assume that since they're publicizing that will be a very, very busy day.
It's a huge busy day. But the best day to come, if you have the time and off to do it, is Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Wednesdays is probably the slowest day to come.
Well, I can't wait to jump in line. And again, we're just a week away from the State Fair at Texas.
Not even a week.
So our listeners want to follow you. Where can we find you on Facebook?
On Facebook, we have Stiffler Concessions. You can type in that. We were Stiffler Brothers, so either way, you can find us either way, I think.
I encourage everyone to follow you on Facebook. And thank you so much, Tammy Stiffler, with the State Fair
Hope to see
Texas.
you all at the State Fair.
Yes, and I think
we'll
we'll
see
need
opening day.
Yeah, we'll see her opening day. And we'll do a Facebook Live from the Jeff Crilley Show page with you. So don't worry, listeners.
Great.
You'll get a little sneak behind the scenes of what Tammy's going to be doing this year. And I really can't wait to try your deep fried strawberry shortcake, Oreos, and the candy corn and everything that you have to fry up for us. When we come back, Instagram Cat Mom in the studio with us. Who is she? Famous. Meow.
You're listening to The Jeff Crilley Show on Talk Radio 1190.